Hey, sorry about that, guys. Ran out of memory on my phone. But don't worry, we got a camera coming soon. It's like I was saying, if you guys don't want to spend a lot of money and you want a pretty fun car to play with, these Tamayas are really nice. They're fun as heck. They're pretty quick. I have a blast with them. Okay, and as I was going here on the car, back to the burnout car here, I'm holding the camera now, guys. So now we got the back end all put together, and we got them hot glued. So now that we have traction on both sides, she's nice and locked up. I'm gonna do the front, but I'm gonna do the front off camera. But one of the things I was gonna mention before it shut off was I wonder if I should try it before I lock the front, just to make sure I'm gonna still be able to get these tires to spin. Where it was limited slip before, at least one tire would snag up a little bit. That would allow, I think, the other one to spin, which would get the other side going. So I'm wondering if I lock these both, all four of them up, if I'm still going to have power enough to spin these. I think I will. If it doesn't squat bad, and I don't think it's going to now with the way that's working now, we might be able to get them to light up a little easier. Yeah, I'm wondering. I'll probably do a little private test hit real quick here on this, just to see if I can get them wheels spinning. And if it works, then I'm going to rip the front apart and add the hot glue to the front, because that hot glue seems to be working there, and I'm pretty sure I'll be able to dig it out afterwards, and then put it back to the way it needs to be with the grease in it. Because yeah, these are really good little cars to start out with, guys, if you want something to modify. I'm going to leave the shocks tipped on the front. I think for when I'm using it on the road, I think having the shocks tipped are actually going to help it steer a little better. I might stand them up a little more. I'm not sure about that yet. I don't really want to raise the height any, so if I stand them up a little, I'm probably going to do the same as I did to the back, put a set of extenders on here, and then just move the shock up to another hole about here. So the shock won't be straight, it will still be angled, but it'll keep the same. It'll keep the same height. And it'll actually give this a little wider. Might actually, I don't know, might help. We'll see. I'm going to put the two Balder tires, front or back, either one. I'm going to put them together. And I'll put the better tires together and see what happens. I can't wait. I think it's going to work this time, guys. I really think it's going to work this time. And if it don't, we got one more shot. I have one more motor. I have a Castle 6900 kV that, if this don't work, that's what we're going to throw in. I'm pretty sure this 3660 will do it, guys. During that other video, I mean, you saw the tires spinning. This thing had some wheel speed with the 3S. I mean, it was ballooning my tires so bad, and they were getting so hot that I got to re-glue them. This one stayed okay. What is it? I think it's this side. Oh yeah, see? It blew the glue right off the tires. It heated them right up, and they came unglued. These are awesome little tires, guys, too, for like 12, 13 bucks, and they come with foams inside them. So they have foams in the tires. I think that's another reason why they were biting so hard, is because they got that foam in the middle. What I might end up doing, guys, is I got a bunch of Tamiya stuff, as you can see. And see, all my Tamiyas, I put aluminum rims on. All of them. Even that one back in there. So I have, down in that box right there, this box over here, all this stuff you see in there, that's all Tamiya stuff. Brand new Tamiya trees, Tamiya chassis, more tree sets, different rubber if I have to try something different. But it's it's another really soft compound. But I have a bunch more of these plastic rims that come with these Tamiya cars. So I have those racing slicks that are on them other sets. all I got to do is look. This is too bad. This offset is this would. Let me think. Yeah, these would rub. The offset on them would rub. They stick out too far. This one set in a little bit more, so I'm wondering these might work with the rubber slicks. Like this. I might have a better time getting these to smoke. The only reason why I didn't run these is because of the offset. See how they're right flush to the outside? That puts them in so far that this part here was rubbing down there on that little knuckle down there where my finger's poking right down in there. It was rubbing there, and I didn't want to stave up the rims. I put quite a bit of time into painting them. So, you know, I put a lot of time into painting them, so I don't, if you notice, I didn't really mess up at all right there. The copper's copper, the silver's silver, everything looks pretty good. I even did the little back painting in the inside just so when you was looking through, it looked the same. So I really didn't want to destroy the rim. That's why I didn't put them on. In the offsets that I have offsets, but they don't leave enough for the nut. And then the other set of offsets I have aren't quite big enough. So I'm not going to be able to run these, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to run one of those other sets that I have over there. Just show you guys, you see I do all my lights and stuff, just to show you this is the stuff I use. That's my soldering station, and it's a fine point. Always keep your soldering gun nice and clean, guys, and you'll get a good result every time. And nice and small, so I'm for working with small stuff. I have my heat gun, which is great for computer switchboards and stuff. And then when I go to the heavier stuff, a little bigger wire, I use my other, which is right here, which has a bigger tip on it than my other one. So for heating bigger wire, I use this one. And for doing my littler lights and stuff, I use that one. I have different tips for that one, but why switch them out when I have another one here I can use? And then when I painted those wheels, guys, I used this. I held the wheel under the magnifying glass, and I painted it that way. A lot easier to paint small objects that you want to come out good is use a magnifying glass. And them are the rest of the wheels right there, guys. So what I'm going to do, is I think I'll try these again. And if I don't get a result real quick, I'll pull them off. I'll throw a set of racing slicks on it. Try it again. And if it still doesn't smoke, I mean, the tires were spinning like crazy. I don't know why they weren't smoking. I think it's just a compound. That's why I'm wondering if these will be a little better. And if it doesn't smoke again, I guess the only other thing I can do is up the motor one more time. Put the next size bigger I got in here. I think it'll still fit, and go for that. And then if it don't work, I guess it's a fail. I'm going to have to throw this project away as a burnout vehicle and just leave it for my road vehicle, and I'll have to do something else. I have a Red Cat 1/6 scale shredder on the way, and I have a 1/10 scale rat rod 2-wheel drive pickup on the way. So if this won't do it, I guarantee that rat rod I got coming, I'm not going to tear apart the shredder. So yeah, I'll use the rat rod I have coming. If I can't get this to smoke the tires, we're going with the rat rod. That's gonna rock. That body I have hanging right there, guys, that's for my Gen 7 right there. I've rolled her over enough times now, so she's got some holes in her. She's got some body damage. It's my little my metallic paint job I did, guys. Just messing around. After I stove it up, I painted it up, and just to kind of hide it. And then the trailer I built to haul my cars on. Just a little wooden trailer. I put lights. I put LED lights down the side, orange lights for the side. We've got brake lights on the back. It's made as like with a drop built into the bottom a foot, so when I back up outside and stuff on uneven ground, they'll actually, if you park it just right, you can get those to sit flat on the ground when you back your vehicle off. It's pretty cool. I used, to do it, guys, I used a shock, an old bent shock I had, and I used the shock there. I used the eyelid under there because I knew I'd run a wire, use it to run a wire and hold my wire harness. Then I just used stainless steel hex. You don't need a stainless steel hex, but that's what I had that fit into this front link, steering link. And then I just put a rod end on it with a little ball in my bumper, and that's what I hook it to. It's kind of like an old logging trailer, guys. So it's not. See how the trailer moves? That's how I want it to move. That's how it's supposed to be. I didn't make it fixed. I allowed it to move. It just allows me to turn the truck sharper without jackknifing. As you can see. See how the trailer's still flat? It's not jackknifing up. It's not tipping because I have all that room to move around without bothering the trailer. You can see, if you can see that. See that, how that works? It's kind of, I did that in a way, I kind of did it for like stability. So when I'm outside driving this and I'm towing my other cars, I use this trailer to tow my pickup truck for the burnout. I used it to tow it to my garage. So yeah, that's kind of what I made it for, just to mess around with. This was, these were 2x4s, guys. And I just stood the 2x4 up on, flat so the 1.5" side was showing. And I just cut down that 1.5" side at about 3/16. So I put the gauge mark on my saw at 3/16, and then I just cut a bunch of little strips by hand. And then I just spaced them out. There's no sense of having it solid. Not for hauling trucks when I'm going to have dirt, because it's going to haul my crawlers and stuff. This bad boy, which I love, got to haul that Everest 10 around for my son. And then when we go boating, we're going to set up the boat with the boat holder. We're going to haul the boat around. You guys will get a chance to see this going too. This is a new Vector 70 I just bought. I thought I got the Vector 80, which is a self-riding boat when it tips over, but I didn't. I got the wrong one. I got the 70, which is no problem. It's just I'm going to have the kayak over there every time I take it out, just in case I flip over. Or I could buy the aftermarket pump system, put a hole in this, so when it tips over it fills with water, which will cause it to flip back over, and then the pump will pump it out. That's probably what I'll do, is get the pump system for it. But guys, that's supposed to do 50 to 55 miles an hour out of the box, 4S capable. And I got it set up on my FlySky remote. And there's my JR Speed drag. I guess there's supposed to be a 1-cell car build, but I use a 2-cell in it. And I just wired that up to run on my Red Cat remote. And it works awesome. And like I said, we're getting a camera and some lights, guys. And my wife ordered me a really nice camera, so we're going to have running videos on all these cars. Every one of them I got here. That's the Red Cat short course truck right there. I had issues with it when I got it from the factory. There was no grease in the front or in the rear end, and it ended up rounding over some of my gears. Excuse me, guys. My parts bin here, guys. We're all my new parts. This is that Castle motor. If we can't get this thing to burn, we're going to throw this Castle Sidewinder 3 motor in there. It's a censored motor. And we'll get it to do something. But I got it apart still because I bought new gears. I bought metal gears for it. And when you buy stuff for these Red Cats, they don't make it easy. They don't supply a metal gear for it. They're all plastic, and they're $4 and change. They're not expensive, but you'll mess. They're cheap. You mess them up quick. So, oh, these are my Tamiya parts. I got hop-up gears for my Tamiya for this Mustang right here. I have aluminum drive shaft. I have, you can't tell with the cover on, but I don't know if you see in there, you see blue parts. That's that upgraded. I got upgraded shocks, upgraded servo. I got upgraded rear end parts there. Well, I also have the upgraded front end parts right here. This whole set cost me around $100 for all this stuff. But it came like an idiot. I wasn't paying attention, and I ordered the wrong one again. I ordered the drift spec, which was fine, but I ordered it for the two-wheel drive, so it gave me the two-wheel drive steering arm up front, which doesn't work. So I had to go back and order the four-wheel drive one, and yeah, then all this COVID hit, and now I've been waiting, Jesus, going on 2 months for a drive shaft and the other piece so I can put all this aluminum back on the car and then start running it. That's why I haven't run that at all yet. But when you do Red Cat, you have to go aftermarket on the short course. At least that's what I found. I haven't been able to find any metal gears for it. So what you have to do is you have to buy one of these. See it? Spur gear hub. That's made, see the 3 bolt holes? It's made to bolt onto your gear, and then see it's keyed. It has a little spot right in there for where the pin goes, like it does on the regular plastic Red Cat. That's you know how it locks on, is with that little pin. So therefore I had to order the gear, and I had to order that little piece that Red Cat will sell you to put on an aftermarket gear. But they won't sell you the metal aftermarket gear that fits this, at least for the stock. So you have to, like I said, I have a ton of parts in here, guys. So you have to buy the stupid plastic gear. Now this is what I was saying. There was no grease in the front and rear end, so I had to order 2 more of these. You see these drive hubs? These are what hooks onto the drive shaft in the center of the car. And it basically shark finned these right over, rounded them halfway over like in a half U, and made them very sharp. So I've got it back together like that now, and I ran it just a little bit. Now that I know what the problem is, I just said heck with it, and I ordered all new parts, so I run it like that a little bit. But I've got the new parts now, so I've got to throw it together. And then these, guys, are for the portal axles on my Gen 7. Believe it or not, these metal cups right here snap. That Gen 7, them Red Cat crawlers have some power. Enough to snap these these metal. These aren't powdered. These are regular steel, and it broke the cup. So I ordered 2 sets. I'm not going to be without them again. That was terrible. That was terrible having to wait for them. I like to play with my toys. But I've got a ton of hop-up parts for the Tamayas. These are all going in my Mustang because my wife's car is a Supra, and I crashed this. You can see the paint's all messed up. I took it out to test it, and I went to whip into my door yard, and I've got an upgraded ESC and some stuff on this, so this car moves. This car can get up to around 40 miles an hour or so. And I come into the driveway a little quick, and it slid on the sand. And I smoked the telephone pole. And it put the front end way back up here into like the castle sign. So it was puckered right in. I was like, oh my God. So I popped it out. When I popped it out, all the paint fell right out of it. So I'm like, oh, really? So I've got to clean it all up and respray it out. I just haven't got around to it yet. But she can't beat me. I can't have my wife beat me, guys. So this bad boy's getting all the hop-up parts. None for there. All for there. I'm a cheater. I can't help it, but you guys know how it is. You don't want your better half beating you at everything. I also bought these, hoping I could run them in this car here. But now seeing with the motor, how the motor hooks up and everything, I'm not sure. I mean, it's the same. It's a 19 tooth. So I'm pretty sure, I think it would fit, guys. I'm just not sure. This spur gear looks like it's got a square shaft in the center. On not the spur, on the spur. And this spur gear is round with a key slot. This is for a Red Cat. This is for, what is it? Oh no, this is for an HPI. Sorry about that. This is for the HPI monster truck. But the tooth in the gear pinion setup for it is perfect. If I want to make that. Right now, that right there, topped out, goes about 7 miles an hour because I put the portal axles on it, and the portal axles slowed it down, but I like it like that. But if I wanted to drop it down to like 4 or 5 miles an hour, put these in it. Oh yeah. But that's something to come later on when I mess around with it. I was trying to show you guys. I know it's in here. Or did I lose it already? Oh, that's right. I was going to... Oh, there's some more cups from my Tamiya. Yeah, I wanted to show you the original Red Cat gear they sell you. And it's just cheap plastic gear. It's really a cheap plastic gear. It's not even cut that good. But like anything, I think it's in my other drawer. I have this cabinet, guys, that's plumb full of stuff. Every drawer's got stuff in it. And then I have this cabinet, guys, as you can tell. And that's supposed to look like oils and tools, but I have everything mixed in there. And then I have this cabinet, guys, with another set of portals down there. More motors back in here. Everything. So I got stuff mixed between the two things. So I got to get it all changed. I got to do a little cleaning up here, a little spring cleaning, and get stuff from this one put into the right drawers, and this certain stuff taken out, put into that, so I get my stuff separated. That way I have one whole drawer of things. These are the little things I use for my tow hitch. See that? They're just rod end balls. Does it tell you on the package? Yeah, I don't know. There we go. Choke hazard. Oh wow, did I go through all that? It's not even going to tell you what they are because it's underneath that. Yeah. Anyways, guys, you can see them. They're little ball. I think you can see them. They're little ball ends. That's all they are. Little tiny ball ends. And on the wall there, I got some more knockoff tires for my crawlers. I don't buy the expensive wheels for my crawlers and tires because I don't know. I don't think you need to. I have a lot of tires for my crawlers. And so far, these have been the best style. I think these are like an indigo wheel or something. No, your real ones, but these are a knockoff version of them. And these things right here, bud, these will climb anything. I love them. Wet, slimy, snowy, icy, and the bite these tires get, oh my goodness. I have a set. You can buy them really cheap, guys. I have a set. These are 1.9s, and you can buy them on these rims. You get 4 of them for like 30 bucks. Already on the rims. They have a center cap that goes over here, so it hides all that. And I mean, I've run these all winter. I just took them off, a few weeks ago, so I could run those other wheels and tires, because I was going to put that Ford body right there on that, and I wanted to have those style rims. So I took these off. But these rubbers are crazy. So that's why I ordered another set, was so I could put them on those other wheels. But yeah, everybody's got boxes and boxes of parts for the work on RC cars, probably. I know I do. Jeez, it's crazy. I have a lot more new stuff, too. It's just all packed away down there. I don't want to waste you guys' time, bore you to death watching me dig around for parts just to show you stuff. But yeah, the Red Cat gear, like I was getting at, the Red Cat gear is 55. It's a 55T, and it's just plastic. It's only $4.50. It's just a point that you got to go through so much work to get that Red Cat apart, to get in there. I mean, it takes a good, 10-15 minutes to rip, because you have to rip everything apart, all of it. And they have to take ton of screws out of the bottom, ton of screws out of the top. Oh, it's such a pain in the butt to get in there. Just to get into where the cover is, to undo the cover, oh, it's a pain. So yeah, so I'd rather put a metal gear and be done with it. This, I built for the drag car I was talking about yesterday and about making one, guys. Well, I sacrificed one of my wife's cutting boards last night when she was sleeping. And I made a drag bar. I made it a little longer than the one that's up here. I use this as the template, like I said I was going to. So you have that. See that, guys? Identical. A little wider my strips are, but I mean, it's identical. Now all I gotta do is find a wheel. A wheel or a bearing or something that'll fit in this end right here. And then I can mount it with a clamp on top like they did there, or I can press a hot needle straight through each side, then straighten out a clothespin or something to go into a small. It doesn't have to hold any real weight. It's just, for a wheel. I mean, probably I could make one out of wood if I had to. Just take a little wooden dowel. It's just got to be enough to, when it jumps up, to hit it and push it back down. And that's for the drag build. But yeah, so it just shows you guys, you got a little imagination, you can make anything. And if I find that it's a little too flexible, I'll take the bottom side and I'll strip a couple little real thin pieces of like wood on the bottom, and then I'll just laminate it, and that'll take some of the little bit of the flex out. But I don't mind that little bit of a flex, because I think when it torques up, it's going to actually snap it back down. So I think that's going to work, guys. I'm going to scratch it up. I don't know if paint will stick to it or not, but I'm going to try. It'll probably flake off. Probably just leave it white. I don't know. Knowing me, I'll paint it, and then it'll end up being all messed up looking from chipping, but that's alright. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to get back on real quick once I got enough storage on my phone, just so I could explain to you guys what happened. And, yeah, give you just a little more rundown about this thing and what I'm going to do with it. And, should be expecting a video on this, depending. The weather's been terrible up here, raining like crazy. And if it's not raining, it's been really windy. So, expect one in the next day or two. Seeing a video out on, hopefully, this thing blasting the smoke right off these tires. And if not, you'll see another video of me back here at the bench, and we're going to be putting in either that Castle motor I showed you, or I have a 1/8 motor, guys. It's only a 1/10, but it will fit, because if you notice, all I have to do is slide my receiver that I put here ahead to all this open room, and that gives me a mile behind this motor. So I could fit a long can in there. It's no bigger around, so it's just that's a 540 size. This is a 550, and it's a little bit longer, guys. She's a little bigger. Let me see here. Yeah. If you can see the difference in the length. I can't tell if you got or not. There you go. If you see the difference in the length, we're oh wow, we're a good half inch. We're a good half inch, 5/8 longer with this can here alone. So that I know will do something. What is this thing? It's this is a 3300 kV. So like I said, this is a 3360. Not quite sure. Yeah, 33. Why do I keep calling it 3360? That's what I got over there. It's a 3650. So it's a 3650 3900 kV. So it's 3900 kV. So I'm not quite sure, guys, how that works with these. If that means that will put out more power than this, but I have a hard time believing that motor there is going to put out more than what this is putting out. I think one way the number means more torque, and one way the number means more speed. So, but boy, that turns nice and hard. I'm not quite sure on that, so I'll have to look into that, and then that way I can tell you guys next time. But that's the plans, guys. So, like I said, sorry about that cutting out again, but as of next week, at some point next week, I will have a new camera and better lights, and then the content and the videos are going to get a lot better. And we'll actually be able to go out and do things with the cars when it gets better out. And maybe fly the drones around a little bit. Whatever you guys think. Alright, guys. Thanks a lot. And hope to see you again.